nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling pretty great, as you can imagine.
Yeah, me too. I've been watching the show and it has been all of it, every minute, so fantastic. Thank you so much for creating it. As a fan of the comic book character and as fan of sitcoms, it was just absolute blast.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to hear.
Yeah, so I only have a little bit of time, so let's get to my questions. The show's very much about Jennifer Walters taking control of her story, especially in the finale, literally speaking. And why was this the story you wanted to tell, and why was this the right one to start Jennifer's journey in the MCU?
I saw this entire first season as her origin story. You know, of course, in the pilot, you saw her physical origin story of how she actually physically got these powers. But truly, the theme of this whole season, the entire arc of the season, is her emotionally and mentally becoming She-Hulk. You know, that's the struggle that we've seen this entire season, is her trying to figure out whether or not she can be both. Does she want to be both? And how can she be both? And accepting both sides of these identities. And that's kind of the complete story that we tell, so that by the end of it, she's really completely come into her own as She-Hulk, and moving forward, she knows who she is now and how to deal with both.
Exactly. With this show having so many cameos from other characters, it was really impressive how you always kept the focus on Jennifer. Were you ever worried about other characters possibly overshadowing her?
Oddly, we didn't worry about that. And I think part of that is just because in the writer's room, we were so in love with Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk that it never occurred to us that anybody could love anybody else more than her.
That is completely fair, and you absolutely nailed it. She was just such a blast to follow, the whole time, and I can't even imagine anybody being disappointed to that. One thing about the show I found really fun was that you kind of predicted some of the more, let's say, sexist backlash to the show from a certain type of people on the internet. Was the reaction what you expected, and how has it been dealing with it?
Yeah, I mean, from the show, you can tell we very clearly expected the exact reactions that we predicted. And, you know, we wrote this show 3 years ago. Or we started writing it 3 years ago. And exactly. So I think that really goes to show just how unoriginal and tired and predictable these trolls are, that 3 years ago, we knew what they were going to say to something in 3 years. And they did it every week. And it was so funny when the show first came out and they were saying all the things that I knew were going to be in the 3rd episode. And I just sat back and waited.
Yes, thank you. And sadly, that was all the time I had. This was absolutely lovely. And thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the amazing show.
Thank you so much. Bye.